Now on Nightside, opioid medications are commonly prescribed for pain, but a new study shows they may not work for certain pains as well as you might think.
The warming trend continues in the first alert forecast. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get and if our summer weather is going to last through the 4th of July holiday.
The West Bonner County School Board met to finalize who will lead the district from here on out. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Tonight, the West Bonner School Board has officially appointed Brandon Durst as their new superintendent. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The decision even had a board member in tears and some parents deciding to move. New on Nightside, our Rania Kaur explains.
Aaron, Kirsten, some people were in support of Durst tonight. One person I spoke to says he supports Durst because he aligns closely with his values. That's saying for the majority of the people in attendance tonight, they're scared about the future of this district. On Wednesday, Brandon Durst signed his contract to be West Bonner School District's next superintendent, replacing interim superintendent Susie Lucky.
Just so frustrating that the community is just begging for them to pick Susie to be the superintendent of our district and our kids, and they just won't listen.
Durst will be paid a $110,000 salary, will have the ability to travel for professional meetings with up to $2,500 paid for by the district. In the contract introduced Wednesday, Durst was also asking for his wife to be under the district's insurance and for him to be automatically renewed in the second year. Trustee Carlin Barton was one of 2 people on a committee to negotiate Durst's contract.
See now that no matter what was negotiated, it would have been changed to best fit the new direction or agenda of our leaders. I'm here to continue to fight for our community as a whole, for what is good and right against evil and hidden agendas.
For Whitney Hutchins, who has grown up in Priest River, it's a combination of Durst's appointment and the district's levy failing that is causing her to move her family.
We close on the house on Sunday, so yeah, and that this district and what was happening was, I would say, 98% of the reason that we're leaving.
Because Durst does not meet all requirements of being a superintendent, the school board also, in a 3-2 vote, declared a state of emergency for the Idaho School Board of Education to grant him a 1-year provisional certificate. Lucky also did not meet the qualifications, but was granted a certificate to serve as the interim. In Priest River, Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Also discussed at tonight's meeting, the limited budget that the West Bonner District is dealing with since that levy supporting school funding failed. In a budget hearing tonight, the business manager presented a proposed budget where sports and extracurriculars were cut by 75% from last year. Also, the district was still short in paying their school resource officer for next year. The West Bonner School Board has not approved a budget yet.
Around the nation, more than 120 million Americans were under air quality alerts today as smoke from wildfires in Canada stretched from Minnesota to New York. The poor air quality, unfortunately familiar to us here in the inland Northwest, poses a serious health risk, putting a gray filter on what would otherwise be a sunny summer sky.
Get ready for a stretch of warm, downright hot weather.
Send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in your first alert forecast.
We had a little bit of a preview today with temperatures running above average, 84 in Spokane, 86 degrees in Coeur d'Alene for a high. We did have a couple of spots in the 90s, Omak, as well as the 9 Mile area hitting 90 degrees. Elsewhere right around Spokane, we were mostly in the mid to upper 80s. We are going to be even warmer tomorrow. Here's a look at our highs for tomorrow. Lots of 90s right around Spokane, including at 9 Mile again, Meade, downtown, 89 at the airport in Spokane as well as in Cheney. Around the region, 97 in Lewiston tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-90s in Omak and Grand Coulee. Still in the 80s in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene, but those temperatures are above average by about 10 degrees or more. We were not thunderstorm free today, but it was much more isolated activity, and that has come to an end. One little storm around Priest Lake has just tapered off, left some heavy rain behind. That has been the hallmark with these thunderstorms. Your forecast for tomorrow, though, we are looking at blue skies, sunshine, that high of 89, 78 is our average high. We are going to get warmer in the 7-day forecast. I'll have a look at that and your 4th of July outlook in just a few minutes. Aaron.
Chris, thank you. A plan to address homelessness is now in the hands of city and county leaders in our community.
The Spokane Regional Collaborative has been working to organize recommendations over the last 90 days or so. The plan essentially connects the dots between services and programs. It addresses homelessness, health, safety, and housing. The group recommends moving the shelter system into what they're calling a triage model, prioritizing those most in need. And funding for the plan would come from 3 different resources: federal, state, and local tax dollars. The proposed group will have a governing board including 5 elected leaders and 8 non-elected leaders. The board will consist of people from a variety of areas, from mental health to the business community. And in those recommendations, they did propose a bold plan to reduce homelessness by 40% over the next 2 years.
You got to set goals and you got to deliver on them, and sometimes the best thing you can do is set a really aggressive goal that that given the facts and knowledge that we have, we know we can meet that, but it's going to really take a lot of energy and everybody coming together.
Now that the group has handed over their recommendations, city and county leaders have to agree and sign off on it. New on Nightside, opioid medications are the most prescribed treatments worldwide for treating lower back pain, but a new study has found they may not work.
Well, the study looked at 310 people who sought help for neck or lower back pain in Sydney, Australia. This was between 2016 and 2022. Participants were divided into 2 groups and treated for 6 weeks. One received placebos and the other 20 micrograms of oxycodone per day. The study found opioids weren't any more helpful than the placebo in their effects on back and neck pain. Researchers also found opioids appear to cause harm even after short-term use. The opioid group had worse mental health scores and more reports of nausea, dizziness, and constipation compared to the placebo group. The study was published Wednesday in the journal The Lancet.
Well, time for a quick look at sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. The NHL draft is underway. The first round is in the books, and there are a few Spokane Chiefs players who are still looking to get drafted this year. The first is defenseman Sage Weinstein. Weinstein is ranked 132nd out of all North American skaters. Forward Tommaso DeLuca is also looking to get drafted. DeLuca was second on the Chiefs with 33 assists last season. Goaltender Cooper Michaluk is another Chiefs player looking to take the next step in his career. Michaluk played in 37 games for Spokane last season. He is ranked 23rd among North American goalies. And rounds 2 through 7 of the NHL draft continue tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We'll have coverage for you tomorrow in the evening here on 4 News Now. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. More than a dozen states have laws prohibiting the inclusion of topics on the LGBTQ+ community from being considered in the classroom, and more bills are being proposed each day.
In response, a handful of states are making inclusion of the LGBTQ+ community the law. In New Jersey, for example, a 2019 law requires public schools to integrate the contributions of persons with disabilities and LGBTQ+ people into the curricula, and similar laws are on the books in 6 other states. Research from the Division of Adolescent and School Health finds that programs supporting this vulnerable population improved the health and well-being of all students.
It's choosing work that the students can engage with, and it's not just one narrative.
I think it's really great that the school is doing this. It makes everybody feel welcome.
The national organization Moms for Liberty advocates for keeping discussions of issues like LGBTQ+ rights and racial inequality out of the classroom. But for New Jersey teachers, this law is about students seeing themselves in the lessons and respecting one another.
Children aren't really taught to be literate. They're taught to be politically literate or racially literate or divided in some way based on another person's worldview.
Our goal is to equip our students and these young adults with these skills that they're supposed to have outside of this building. And if we're not doing that, then that's a disservice to them.
There's a carnival coming to town this Friday. SNAP will be hosting a free resource carnival in Mission Park. The event starts at 11, runs until 3. There will be activities for everyone. Parents can get help applying for community resources like Washington's Working Families Tax Credit, which could help families receive $1,200. Kids can enjoy face painting, carnival games, food trucks, more. Information can be found on our website, KXLY.com.
New on Nightside. The Wheel of Fortune will keep on turning with Ryan Seacrest at the helm. The American Idol host and former host of Live with Kelly and Ryan announcing the move in a statement saying, "I'm truly humbled to be stepping into the footsteps of the legendary Pat Sajak. I can't wait to continue the tradition of spinning the wheel and working alongside the great Vanna White." He went on to say, "One of my first jobs was hosting a little game show called Click 25 years ago. So this is truly a full circle moment for me."
My name is Ryan Seacrest, and this is Click.
Isn't that fun to see the throwback?
Awesome.
Pat Sajak has hosted Wheel of Fortune for the last 4 decades. He announced his departure from the show just 2 weeks ago. Vanna White still has a year left on her current contract, but in 1985, she said,
"I'm going to be with Wheel of Fortune as long as it's on."
Well, there's a new memorial in Spokane Valley to honor a fallen Washington State Patrol trooper who died in the line of duty.
Plus, how flooding in California could impact what's on the shelf at the grocery store and how much you'll pay at the register.
Plus, why hundreds of corgis swarm the beach in Seaside, Oregon. That's next on Nightside.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
The Spokane County SWAT team, they're being deployed more often, on average once a week. 4 News Now wanted to know why, and how does new technology help them protect you? Aaron Luna reports. Thursday only on 4 News Now at 6.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Oh, every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Your Broadway wishes granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsurer.com.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. The SWAT team in Spokane County is being deployed more often, almost once a week.
Last year, the county called out the SWAT team 47 times, the most calls in the last 5 years. I sat down with Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles to ask him what he believes is causing the rise. We also take a look at the newest technology used by SWAT to keep deputies and the public safe during tense standoffs.
Ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want to negotiate, and we want them to surrender peacefully.
We'll get a first-hand look at the drones used by the sheriff's office, what they can do, and how SWAT calls have changed in the last several years. It's a special report Thursday on 4 News Now at 6.
There's a new memorial in Spokane Valley to honor a fallen Washington State Patrol officer who died in the line of duty. It's located at the intersection of Sprague and Barker Road, south of I-90. It was there where Patrolman John Wright was killed on June 28th of 1953. He was talking to a driver he had pulled over when he was hit by a speeding car. The Spokane's Fallen Officers Memorial Project held a wreath-laying ceremony under the new sign placed at the intersection where Wright was killed to remember his years of service to the Spokane Valley community.
Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We are going to be warmer and drier in the forecast. Fewer of those afternoon and evening thunderstorms, if any, for the next few days. We'll be in the upper 80s and low 90s. Hot and sunny for the 4th of July. We are going to start to look at some fire and potentially some smoke concerns starting this weekend and into early next week. Here's a look at our almanac today, and really what I want to show you is our record high 105. Keep that in mind just so you can have some perspective when we talk about hot weather. That was that terribly hot Hoop Fest Sunday back in 2015. So keeping 105 in mind, our hot weather does not seem all that hot. This white line right here is our average high. It's in the 70s now. We'll be up in the lower 80s by this time next week. And we're going to be, as I mentioned, in the lower 90s, the upper 80s through the 7-day forecast. Our forecast, here's a look at our upper level winds. High pressure building in, the instability moving off into Canada. As we get into Friday, we're in a bit of a westerly flow, and that's going to pick up the winds through the Cascade Gaps. The combination of the very dry weather and those winds picking up a little bit has firefighters on heightened alert for Saturday, a fire weather watch. We are especially concerned about any sort of fire danger heading into this weekend with the 4th of July. Which is on Tuesday. We are, as I mentioned, also going to be keeping an eye out for smoke issues coming down from Canada with this ridge of high pressure. That may become an issue on Monday. Just some things that are starting to come into view that is we want to alert you about first, but we'll be looking at more information about it and have more, of course, tomorrow on 4 News Now. I'll be back in just a few minutes with Wildlife Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris. And new on Nightside, flooding in California has wiped out produce farms, dairies, and ranches.
And that could impact what you'll find on the shelf at the grocery store and the prices. Ginger Z reports.
Roads submerged, homes surrounded by water, chicken, dairy, and produce farms evacuated. A ghost of a lake in Central California resurrected. How? It was the 31 atmospheric rivers blasting Northern California this winter. The record 700 to 800 inches of snow in the Sierra Nevada is still slowly melting. All that water filling critical reservoirs to full capacity. But here in California's Central Valley, the deluge flooded miles and miles of valuable agriculture. And it happened fast. Look at the satellite image from February 1st. Just 3 months later, Tulare Lake appears. Just a year ago, this region was growing up to 18% of our nation's pistachios. And between Kings and Tulare counties, more cotton and milk from cows than any other county in the U.S.
It really is incredible to see where farmland was, this giant lake, full-on ecosystems. Now, it has reached its peak. It will slowly recede from here, but obviously roads like this are still impassable. The lake goes for at least 24 miles, up to 15 feet deep. And underneath it all, more than $140 million in losses so far.
The Kings County Sheriff says they expect the lake to be here for at least a year, if not 2.
The water's going to be here for a while. And so, you know, in our area, they rotate crops, 4 and 5 times a year. And so we're going to lose out on that crop rotation as well.
And that will have an impact on all of us.
Price will be affected because availability will be affected. The number of products on the store shelves, not only for America, but consumers around the world are likely to see price increases because of what's happening here.
Coming up, how inflation is impacting your 4th of July fireworks celebrations. Next on Nightside.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Fully loaded, fully electric. The Audi Q4 e-tron. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect.
to reel in the fun and savor every bite. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Don't miss enjoying a moment with our on-site labs to help you fast and 20% off your denture care. So whether you need a new look or a quick fix, you can celebrate with a smile all season, always at Aspen Dental. Book today.
How far would you go
I want to prank my best friend Lewis.
My husband.
My roommate.
for the ultimate payback?
That's a yes.
Revenge!
X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. We gonna.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Johnny Knoxville, Eric Andre, and Gabourey Sidibe are The Prank Battle. Premieres July 9th on ABC.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
Yeah, buddy.
Own the elements. Quattro in the Audi Q5.
Let's go, buddy.
4 News Now is brought to you by River Ridge and Peters Hardware.
Thanks for staying up with us. We are just 6 days away from celebrating Independence Day, and as costs of food and gas continue to climb, consumers may be thinking a little bit more about their spending on fireworks on the July 4th celebration this year. Janie Cook, for example, came to a local fireworks stand in Post Falls to celebrate the holiday with her family. And she says rising fireworks costs were not helping with an already tight budget.
With food and everything, but you know, this is one time a year and it's a lot of fun. So
fireworks vendors say with prices higher, consumers are still coming back. The Spokane Parks Department says rising fireworks prices are financially impacting local fireworks shows. Compared to spending in 2022, the city is expected to pay $5,000 more on a fireworks show at Riverfront Park this year. We do want to remind you, fireworks are illegal in Spokane and outside of city limits. Certain high-powered devices, altered fireworks, and homemade fireworks are prohibited on state and federal levels.
There's still plenty of local fireworks shows for you to go to and enjoy. In Spokane County, there will be shows at Riverfront Park, Vista Stadium, and at Liberty Lake Pavilion Park. In Kootenai County, the Coeur d'Alene annual 4th of July party starts at 10 a.m. with the American Heroes Parade. Later that night, you can catch the fireworks show, which is always near the resort.
It is Wildlife Wednesday time, and I could do a whole 10 minutes on just these two little about 10-week-old eaglets from Allie Ray, but I would encourage you instead to go to my Facebook page. This photo is already posted in my Wildlife Wednesday gallery, and read about these two from Allie. They have quite a story, very cute, very snuggly, raised by a single father, by the way, and that just a great photo there, Allie. Here's another very sweet shot from our friend Kazu Crumpleman, a cow elk and her calf nuzzling there. Very, very sweet. From Courtney Litwin, a little owlet looking for lunch, evidently mom owl or father owl just out of view and looking up because he is hungry. Beautiful picture. Courtney. From Mary Wilbur, adorable cottontail rabbit. Mary said she was surprised it held still long enough to get this close and get this beautiful picture in the green grass. Larry Crumpleman shared this photo of a black-crowned night heron. I'm not sure I've had one of those before. He says they normally are found close to water, but a farmer had mowed a hayfield and all these herons came out of the woodwork looking to eat the bugs from the hay. Never heard of that. Thank you, Larry, for that. And finally, boy, you could not have photoshopped this better. Kathy Watson had a buck visitor visiting her buck and eating all the wild roses, too, as a whitetail buck is prone to do. But he's found a friend. to hang out with. Kirsten?
She has to frame that.
Isn't that a great photo?
That is amazing. That's like inspiring a whole line of home decor. I just love it.
Oh, I do.
That's so cute.
You and Kathy need to get your heads together on that one. I like that.
So cute. Well, former Seattle Mariners pitcher Felix Hernandez saw his perfect game streak come to an end tonight. A historic moment in baseball coming up in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Wills Swap Meet, July 7th through the 9th.
Welcome to Celebrity Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Funeral home lost the body. What they gonna put in the casket? A horse. Let's go.
Celebrity Family Feud premieres Sunday, July 9th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
The sale of the season is here. It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 5 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, make your cash go further with 6 years no-interest financing. And check out doorbusters while they last. But don't wait. The Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends Tuesday the 4th.
The festival at Sandpoint is back for its 40th annual Summer Series. Celebrate with live music on the lake and under the stars. This year's headliners include Britt Floyd, Gary Clark Jr., Train with Better Than Ezra, The String Cheese Incident, Michael Fronte and Spearhead with Soja, REO Speedwagon with Charlie Farron, Ashley McBride, and the grand finale, The Princess Bride in concert. Tickets are selling fast. Visit festivalatsandpoint.com to get your tickets today.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water-wise this summer.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita.
Bluebird in my heart. Baby, you're playing hard to forget.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
ABC News, honored for excellence with 41 Emmy nominations, the most of any news organization anywhere. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
In making this jump from college to the pros, I feel like there's room to improve everywhere.
Well, former Gonzaga forward Julian Strawther will get his first taste of pro basketball when the NBA Summer League tips off next week in Las Vegas. Strawther's hometown, by the way. The Summer League showcases the best young players and incoming rookies. Think of these games as glorified tryouts for players who are looking to make a team next season. And there are a handful of Inland Northwest athletes expected to play. Strawther will be suiting up for the NBA champion Denver Nuggets. He was selected by Denver in the first round of the NBA draft last week. And Washington State's Mohamed Gay is expected to play for the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks traded for Gay on draft night. Both Strawther and Gay say there is a lot of work to do before Summer League begins.
Being able to focus in on my ability on the defensive end and keep growing that. So, I mean, there's plenty of guys, but tall shooters are all around the league are having great success right now.
Kind of my main focus on offense because in this level you got to be able to shoot, to space the floor. But I think just working on my game overall, I think I got a lot to grow, and I think I will grow in a lot of aspects too.
Well, this is the full list of local players and their teams for Summer League. The Nuggets and Milwaukee Bucks will play on opening night for Summer League. Gonzaga fans, keep an eye on that game because that means Strawther will go head-to-head against former Gonzaga teammate Drew Timme. Summer League also features players who have been in the NBA but are still looking to develop and get more playing time. This includes former Gonzaga guard Andrew Nembhard, who is playing for the Indiana Pacers. Nembhard was a second-round pick by the Pacers last year. The NBA Summer League runs July 7th to the 17th in Las Vegas. The frustration continues to grow for the Seattle Mariners, but it's not time to hit the panic button just yet. The Mariners entered today with a record of 38 wins and 40 losses. Now, at this time last year, the Mariners had 37 wins and 41 losses and ended up making the playoffs. So Seattle is actually record-wise doing better this year. Seattle looking to win the series against the Washington Nationals. Logan Gilbert
on the mound for the Mariners in this one, and Gilbert got pretty roughed up in the first inning. Heimer Candelario with a double to the gap to bring in the first run of the game for Washington. Now, Seattle already trailing before fans could even get in their seats. Not a good sign early on. And then that was followed by this next at-bat by Keibert Ruiz. Ruiz finds some space past the infield into the outfield, and a pair of runs score for the Nationals, and suddenly Seattle falls behind 3-0 early on. Now, wild sequence in the 6th inning. Dominic Smith at the plate for the Nationals, and Smith will hit one down the line right here. That's trouble for the Mariners. Now, Ruiz is trying to score all the way from first base. There would be a play at the plate, and you decide for yourself at home. He was called out, but he stepped out of the base path. He wasn't tagged. He tagged home plate first, but the umpire says, nope, you ran out of the base path, you're out. And Dave Martinez, the Nationals manager, well, he wasn't happy to save the least. It saved the run for the Mariners and got them on the board here in the 8th inning. Jose Caballero hits this one out in a hurry, but that's the only scoring the Mariners did today. Seattle loses 2 of 3 to a subpar Nationals squad. 4-1 is the final score. They continue to struggle, and things don't get easier for the Mariners. They'll take on the best team in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays, for 3 games starting Friday. Now check this out. New York Yankees pitcher Domingo Germán threw the 24th perfect game in baseball history tonight against the Oakland A's. Now, a perfect game, for those who don't know, is when the pitcher doesn't allow anyone to get on base through the entire 9 innings. Germán is the first Dominican-born player to throw a perfect game, and it's the first perfect game since 2012 when Felix Hernandez threw one for the Seattle Mariners. And that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. We're the friendly faces you see first thing in the morning and at the end of your day. We're the people you trust on your screens and in real life. And we'll always be there when you need us. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Here's a look at your planning forecast. Boy, make some plans. The pool, the lake, slip and slide, water balloon fight, sit by the fan. It's going to be warm.
Hang out in the basement.
Or maybe hang out in the basement.
It's cooler in the basement.
It's cooler in the basement.
We need to enjoy the sunshine like these corgis.
Oh.
Let's go to Seaside, in Seaside, Oregon, the beach there. Look at these sweeties. I grew up with corgis, so I will just admit my bias here. They are adorable. This event is all about sponsoring the Oregon Humane Society, and corgi owners had costume contests, raffles, races. I know a few corgis who have tried surfing, so
wow.
they're up for a lot. are great dogs.
I thought they'd be faster.
Oh no.
With those little legs.